Oh my goodness, what happened? Hey! Hey! Yeah, you, what are you doing over there? Are you the reason that my is this why feathers are everywhere? Get away, scat! Scat! So these girls molt once a year, and that's usually triggered by decreased temperature and shorter days, and that occurs from summer to fall. And sure enough, it's September, and here we are. They actually started this process about 2.5 to 3 weeks ago. So here are my older girls, and here are my younger girls. These girls actually hatched this year in February. So they are egg laying, which is great. They've gotten to that point, and they're giving me some beautiful brown delicious eggs. But even though they're younger, they've already gone through 2 molting sessions. First time they molted was around 7 to 8 days of age, and that's where they lost their fluff. And then they molted again around 7 to 12 weeks, and that's when they shed their baby feathers, and they ended up developing their first real set of feathers. So they are looking beautiful, and from this point forward they should only molt once a year. So why did chickens molt in the first place? Well, they lose their feathers. It's kind of like out with the old, in with the new, and this is in preparation for colder weather. Now granted, we live in Florida, but we do have some cold days. But in the end, feathers get worn out, they start looking kind of raggedy. But when those new feathers come in, they provide insulation and extra protection and kind of give those girls a new fresh start. Every chicken is different as far as how long it takes them to molt and how they look during the molting process. On average, it takes about 3 to 16 weeks for a chicken to molt, and most of the time it's a gradual process, but sometimes it's not. I mean, your chickens can look a little rough. They can be bald or have bald spots, patchy areas, but so far for my girls it's been gradual, and you really can't tell that that's what they're doing. You will notice oftentimes is egg laying may stop when they're molting. This is pretty common, and the reason is they have to put in all their energy and protein into making new feathers, not eggs. So don't be alarmed if the egg laying stops. But I have noticed, thankfully, that my Rhode Island white right here just started laying a brown egg the other day. My Easter egg over there, she lays green eggs, and I haven't seen anything since this whole process started. So in time, once the molting slows down and they start kind of going back to normal, they will begin producing eggs again. During this time period, they are using all that protein to make new feathers, so it's important to up their protein intake. Some people switch their feed altogether to a higher protein feed, and then other people will just supplement their diet with high protein treats and snacks. And that's what I do. I incorporate mealworms a little more often into their diet during this time period, whereas other people may incorporate like scrambled eggs or something like that. If you go out to your chicken coop and you see feathers all over the place, don't stress out, especially if it's in the time frame of summer going into fall. Now, if you go out there and it's midwinter and you see feathers all over the place, I would highly suggest making sure your chickens are okay. Now, there are certain reasons that your chickens may lose feathers. For example, picking at each other, bullying, if they're overcrowded, that can lead to poor behaviors. Roosters, I don't have any of those, but they can be super aggressive when they're breeding and cause feather loss. Mites can also cause feather loss, but there are usually other signs and symptoms that go along with that. So just be mindful of these things and watch over your girls. Thank you so much for watching my channel. If you haven't already, please click that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and happy chicken raising. Bye-bye.